everyone, I'm Miss Bailey with the Knox County Public Library Tutor Team, and I'm going to be putting together some videos that cover kindergarten and first grade academic standards. Today's lesson, we are going to cover some phonological awareness, kindergarten and first grade academic standards that are listed here. If you are interested in reviewing any other specific academic standards, you can visit the IDOE website that is listed right here. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing specifically today. Today we are thinking about sounds so that we can spell and read words correctly. Our goal will be achieved when we can use what we know about sounds as we read and write. When materials are needed for this lesson, you will see this symbol on the screen to show that you need a pencil and a piece of paper. So let's get started by warming up our sounds. So this is our sound deck, and as we go through, you will notice that our exercise is to say the name of the letter, the name of the picture, and the sound that the letter makes. And these pictures are very important because we will reference them as we go through thinking of the sound specifically with this specific picture that you see here. So as we go through the sound deck, it will be like this. A, apple, A. B, boy, B. C, cat, K. D, dog, D. E, egg, E. F, fish, F. G, goat, G. H, hat, H. I, igloo, I. J, jam, J. K, kite, K. L, lamp, L. M, man, M. N, nest, N. O, ox, ah. P, pig, P. Q, queen, qu. R, rat, r. S, snake, s. T, top, t. U, up, V, van, v. W, wagon, w. X, box, x. Y, yo-yo, y. Z, zebra, z. And in today's lesson, our new phonogram, which is just a fancy word for sound, is sh, like ship. Now that our sounds are warmed up, we're going to go through some nonsense word fluency practice. Nonsense words are a very beneficial way to build fluency because as we go through each sound, we are practicing that decoding skill and then building up to blending. Ob. So as you're doing this, I want you to think about stretching each sound out. Ob, and then putting it together. Tob, ob, tob. So try that as we go through these nonsense words. G, ah, gom, t, av, tav, z, t, zut, mun, z, av, zav, lan, d, iv, div, t, ep, tep. And I want to just note, at any point, I would suggest to pause so that you and your kindergarten or first grader or both have enough time to go through these exercises. So the next thing that we're going to do is a visual practice of some words that are actual words, not just nonsense words, that have sounds in them that we have gone through in our sound deck. So as we're going through these again, stretch those sounds out and then blend them together. Qu, it, quit, like this. Qu, it, quit. And if you need some extra practice with a word or you just want to slow it down, pause it at any point and look at this list. It, it, tip, it, pit, zap, zap, if, yip, slop, slop, st, trust, stomp. And it would be a great time to stop and practice all of these words, reading them together without breaking them into parts. Okay, we're ready for the first part of the lesson where you will need to grab a pencil and a piece of paper. We are going to create a sound bank together. And what a sound bank is I will say sounds and you will write the sounds that I'm saying. So as I say them, I want you to pay attention to how it sounds and also how it looks. And then as I say it, I want you to repeat it back to me. And again, at any point, pause so that you can clearly hear and correctly write it down. So the first sound that I want you to repeat back to me and write is qua, qua, like queen. Ul, like lamp. T, like top. Z, like zebra. P, like pig. Y, like yo-yo. Like apple. Make sure you're saying those sounds back as you hear them. I, like igloo. B, like boy. Like egg. K, like cat. Like up. All right, let's take a look at all of those sounds. And these are the sounds. So if you wrote them as this, they're very good. You were able to hear and watch my mouth say them. If there were any you missed, go ahead and pause and take this time to write down the sounds. This sound bank is going to be a really helpful tool in our next part of the lesson where we spell words using these letters. All right, now we're ready to take that sound bank and put it to good use by spelling some words. I will say the words. I want you to repeat the word, stretch that word out, and think about how many sounds there are and what sounds you hear, and then write the word. So you will need that pencil and paper for this, and I want you to use that sound bank that we just wrote down together as you are thinking of how to spell these words. Quilt. Quilt, or quilt, quilt. Tip, tip. Belt, belt. Bat, bat. Cup, cup. Again, pause at any point. You need to pause so that you can hear that word or give yourself time to write. I don't expect you to be writing these down as fast as I'm giving them. So I would suggest to pause after each word. Club, k-u-b. Yelp, y-e-l-p. And the last one here that you're going to use your sound bank for is yap, y-ap. Go ahead and pause and write the words. So here are the words that I gave, and here you can see each of their sounds is underlined so that you can tell how many sounds there are. A good thing about thinking of each sound is that it's really easy whenever we're writing to forget some sounds, and so then our words are misspelled. Again, this is a skill that helps build that decoding and all the way up to being able to blend and spell the whole word together. So here are some review words that have that qu phonogram or sound in them. Qu, Q and U are best friends. They always stick together, qu like queen, that you can write. Qu is, quiz. Pause. Quip, quip. Pause so that you can write it. Quip. Quit, quit. Quit. Pause and write. The new phonogram that we're working on today is that sh, like ship sound. And so I'm going to give you some words that I want you to repeat, stretch them out, and then write them to see if you are mastering this sound. Okay, so the first word that I want you to repeat and stretch out and write is ship. Ship. Go ahead and pause and write that. Shut. Shut. Again, pause so you have enough time to write when you're ready. Hush. Hush. Mush. Mush. Shop. Shop. Or you can chop it too. Shop. Shop. Shed. Shed. So say it back to me. Shed. Stretch it out or chop it up. Pause and write it yourself. Ash. 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 Cash. Ash. Rush. Ush. And the last one, mesh. Mesh. So for these words, you're actually just using that sound bank that you have up here in your brain. And here are those words. Pause so that you can check and see if you were able to use the sounds you know to write these words correctly. The last part of our lesson that you're going to need your pencil and paper for is we're just going to kind of put it all together where I'm going to dictate some sentences to you. So I'll say them and you write them. Okay, so as you're writing these sentences, I want you to really think about those sounds that you know so that you're using them correctly to write. The first sentence is, the ship is blue. Go ahead and pause so that you can write that sentence. Here's that sentence correctly. The ship is blue. The next sentence is, I see a red shed. I see a red shed. Pause so that you can give yourself time to think about how to write this correctly. Here is the sentence correctly. Notice how we start with capital letters, we space between our words. The words that are underlined, each letter is underlined. Those are words that have sounds in them that we've been practicing today. I see a red shed. The next sentence is, he had a fish. He had a fish. Let me hear you say that back. He had a fish. Go ahead and pause and write that on your own. He had a fish. Okay. And there's one extra sentence there. If you want to try that one on your own, we will dash to the shop. We're running out of time here, so go ahead and wrap it up for today. I want you to pick out a book. Here's my book, Rude Cakes. And I want you to put our goal to good use. I use what I know about sounds as I read and write. Okay, so I want you to grab a book and see if you can find any of those sounds that we worked on today. I had so much fun, and I'll see you next time.